Welcome to Essential English Only.
Your practical English lessons in podcast format.
Hi, I'm Alex, your English teacher who only teaches what you'll actually use.
Many people start learning English with a lot of energy, but after a few weeks, that energy disappears. The problem is not motivation. The problem is that most people depend on motivation alone, and motivation never stays the same every day. Learning English is not about studying for hours or trying to memorize everything at once. It is about creating a simple routine that works even when you feel tired or busy. Real progress happens when you make English part of your normal life, not something separate that you need to find time for. Today, we are going to talk about 4 simple ideas that help you stay consistent. They are not about magic or discipline, but about real things you can do every day to keep learning, even when motivation is low. These are strategies that anyone can use, no matter your age, schedule, or country. So now let's go to the first idea. The first step is to remove confusion and create clarity about what you are learning. When you say, "I want to improve my English," your goal is too big and not clear. The brain does not like that kind of goal. It needs something small and specific. Try to focus on one clear result, like, "I want to understand a 1-minute video," or "I want to introduce myself in English without stress." When your goal is concrete, your study time has a clear direction. You stop trying to learn everything at the same time and start learning what really matters for your goal. Many learners feel lost because they want to do grammar, vocabulary, listening, and speaking all at once. This creates mental overload, and soon they feel stuck. The solution is to focus on one area for a short time. For example, decide that this week you will only focus on daily life expressions. When you work on one thing at a time, your brain learns faster and you feel progress faster. Small focus, repeated many times, is what builds confidence. It also helps to choose one main source of learning and stay with it for a while. When you jump from one method to another every few days, you don't give your brain time to connect information. Repetition is not boring. It is what creates fluency. A simple and repeated method will give you more results than 10 complicated ones. Consistency is the combination of clarity and focus. Now let's talk about your environment. Many people believe consistency comes from strong discipline, but in real life it comes from design. If you need to decide every day whether or not to study, one day you will be too tired to decide. But if your environment already reminds you to study, the action becomes automatic. You can use visual reminders, a notebook on your desk, a sticky note near your computer, or a message on your phone that says, "English time." These little details make a big difference. The goal is to make English visible. If you see it, you remember it. When the study materials are easy to find, your mind doesn't resist starting. Try to connect your practice with something you already do every day. For example, after your morning coffee, listen to something short in English. When you repeat this for a few days, your brain links coffee time with English practice. That's how habits form, through simple connections that reduce mental effort.
Is this making English easier for you? Then hit that like button. I never asked you for anything before.
Also, organize your digital space. Save your favorite videos and audios in one folder. When study time comes, open it and start right away. Every small decision you remove makes it easier to keep the habit. Consistency is not about motivation. It's about reducing friction. Your goal is to make the study process so easy that it becomes the natural option. The third idea is micro-repetition. Many people think they need to study for hours to learn, but the truth is that short, frequent contact with the language works much better. 5 to 10 minutes every day is more effective than 2 hours once a week. The brain remembers what it sees often, not what it sees for a long time only, once. When English becomes part of your daily rhythm, learning feels lighter and easier to continue. You can use a simple rule called the daily minimum. Choose a very small goal that you can always complete, even on a bad day. It can be something like watching a short video, reviewing one note, or repeating one new word. What matters is not the quantity, but the frequency. Once this small action becomes part of your day, you will naturally increase your time because it no longer feels like a big effort. It's also important to respect your energy. Some days you will feel ready to study more, and some days you won't. That is normal. On the good days, learn something new. On the hard days, review what you already know. The secret to long-term progress is not intensity, but continuity. Reviewing gives your brain the chance to transfer knowledge to long-term memory. When you realize you can remember something easily after a few days, you feel real progress, and that feeling makes you return tomorrow. The fourth idea is about how you handle mistakes and breaks. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about coming back quickly when you miss a day. Everyone skips a session sometimes, and it's not a big problem. What matters is what you do next. Don't feel guilty or think you failed. Just continue the next day as if nothing happened. That's what consistent learners do. They don't wait for motivation. They just return to the system. Another important point is how you measure progress. Don't count hours or pages. Count actions. How many days did you keep contact with English this week? How many times did you review something old? These are the numbers that matter because they reflect behavior, not results. You can't control when you become fluent, but you can control how often you show up. When you focus on actions, you stay in control and reduce anxiety. And remember, there will be plateaus, moments when it feels like you are not improving. This is part of the process. The brain needs time to connect information and make learning automatic. During those moments, don't change everything or study more in panic. Just keep going. Review, repeat, and stay patient. The people who continue through the slow phase are the ones who truly grow. Now, let's make a small challenge together. Today, create your own daily system. First, choose one small action you can do every day. It can be listening, reading, or reviewing something short. Next, decide when and where you will do it. Connect this action to something you already do in your routine, maybe after coffee, before bed, or on the bus. Finally, mark every day you complete it. After 2 weeks, you will see a clear pattern. You will notice that studying no longer feels heavy, it feels automatic. This exercise combines all the ideas we talked about: clarity, environment, repetition, and recovery. It is the formula for real consistency. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less, but doing it every day. You just learned the main elements that make English practice sustainable: clear goals, a smart environment, short repetition, and a healthy mindset for long-term progress. There is no secret and no miracle. When you apply these 4 principles, your progress stops depending on motivation. It becomes part of your normal rhythm. Every small moment with English builds your base of fluency. Even when you don't see results immediately, your brain is still working. Step by step, day by day, you are becoming more confident and more familiar with the language. Keep it simple, keep it daily, and trust the process. Focus on the essential. Keep what really matters, remove the rest, and let your new routine make English part of your everyday life.
I'm Alex, and this is Essential English Only. Keep listening, repeating, and developing your English every day. You really learned what matters. See you in the next lesson, focusing on the essentials.